Canelo has made history. He's become the first ever undisputed middleweight champion. There's never been one, even with the greats like Marvin Hagler, James Toney, all these great fighters. Canelo has did something that has never been done. He's going to be forever remembered in history. And all the people who were picking Caleb Plant before the fight are now saying, well, he really beat Caleb Plant and he didn't have a lot of experience. That doesn't make any sense. Give Canelo his flowers. He's the face of boxing. He's the #1 fighter. He brings the eyes to our sport because UFC is constantly trying to kill our sport based off of numbers. And you have a guy who's fighting for the pride of Mexico, and they are 80% of the demographics. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Your guy lost. Only these fanboys do this. They'll give you death threats because you dislike their fighter or your fighter lost against their fighter. I don't see the women doing this. It's only grown men. But anyway, I'm done with the rant. Let's get to the science. I like to give science. I like to teach whenever I give my opinion. So Canelo and his trainer have great eyes and they watch film. Instinctively in this video, Caleb Plant put his head to the right and they noticed it in the fight. So what does Canelo do? He throws a combination to the body, stiff arms him, and pins his head right there and rests. That is extremely smart. That's why it's good to have a teacher, a guy who could be an extra set of eyes outside of the ring. Listen to Eddie Reynoso.
Callum, you waited a long time for this moment. You fought a tough fight, hung in there for 12
So anche te viene qua. Listen, he's a good fighter. I've got to give. I said I don't know. Maybe. I said maybe.
It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes outside the ring that's knowledgeable about the sport because they can see things you can't see or things that they didn't catch during film that they're starting to see unfold, and they can help you make adjustments. You know, it's easy to make adjustments when you have a knowledgeable person or experience in your corner. It just is what it is. It's harder to make the adjustments yourself. That's why Floyd Mayweather went back to his father later on in his career. But at some point in the fight, look, Canelo's telling him his shoulders hurt, that he's busting him up. And he looks at his shoulder and thinks, it does look like you're hurting me. I mean, I don't understand it. Old school fighters had better poker faces. If you go look at Rocky Marciano in one of his fights, his nose was split and he was about to lose the fight, but he mustered back to win. The weight classes are getting stronger and bigger, but the hearts are getting smaller. Pretty soon we're going to have nothing but 10 men in our sport and a few boxers with really big hearts who are going to reign over it because the fighters aren't mentally strong anymore. But the point of the video was to give Canelo his flowers while he's here and the importance of having a experienced corner, to having an extra set of eyes who could tell you the guy's pushing you too fast, or slow down the pace of the fight, or, you know, a great teacher, which is what Anthony Joshua is searching for now. But that's another video for another topic. But there's a reason that everybody's trying to migrate to Eddie Reynoso's gym, because he's a good trainer. I think he deserves Trainer of the Year. People are actually leaving the Garcia's gym. People were big on the Garcias for a while, but they're starting to switch to Eddie Reynoso. But Canelo hits you anywhere he can, like old school Rocky Marciano. But I'm going to let Canelo and Eddie Hearns take you home. Anyway, it's the Boxer Scholar, and I'm out.
Hey, you see the shoulder?
I think he might have broken his arm.
Maybe.
They said bicep, but I think it's like he can't move it anyway. But,